I have about 4 yards of fabric here. It's baggy, so how do I know the fabric to fold? You could just simply say your hip divided by 4, whatever it gives you. Add 6 to 7 to 8 inches to that measurement of your hip. If you're on the small size, you could just add 6 inches to the hip measurement. If you're on the medium size, if you're on the big plus size, you could do 8 inches to it. So for the purposes of this, my hip is 44. 44 divided by 4, 11. So I'm going to be adding 7 inches to it. So that will give me 18 inches. So that's what I've succeeded in folding here. The length of my trouser is 39, and then I'll be adding 2 inches allowance to it. Now that's going to give me 41. But because my trouser is going to be having elastic band, I'm going to be using a 1-inch elastic band. So I'm going to be making my band at the upper part to be 2 inches. So I'll flip it up like so, 2 inches. So that means I'll start my measurement from these 2 inches, and I said the length of my trouser is 41. So let's measure it all the way down. 41. The 41 is with the sewing allowance. The real length is 39. So adding 2 inches for the sewing allowance and the folding at the lower part. That's why I'm having 41. So I roll it off. Okay, so this part is going to be for the front. Next is, like I said, this trouser is going to be having a band, 2 inches band, because my elastic is going to be 1 inch. I'm going to put the 2 inches like so. I hope you can see it. I'm not putting the 2 inches here, I'm putting it here because I'm going to cut off this print side. So I have 2 inches here. Now I'll go down and measure what my hip is. My hip normally is 9 inches. I measure it, and inches. I'm going to be adding 2 inches to that crouch. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that will give me 13 inches, because you don't want to make this thing now and at the end of it is tight in the crouch side, or some people call it flap side. So I'm going to measure the 13 inches, because 11 plus 2 will give me 13. Yeah, so that's it for that. So now the next thing that we are going to do, like I said, my hip is 44, is 11 here. So I'm going to be adding extra 5 inches to this. I'll be adding extra 5 inches to this. That will give me 16 inches. So that's 16 inches. I will measure it on the crouch area as well, 16 inches. Then I'll come to the waistline and measure the 16 inches as well. I hope you get what I'm trying to explain. So I'll take it all on a straight line and I would measure. So now I want to get my crouch extension. How do I get my crouch extension? My crouch extension is usually my hip divided by 4. Then you divide it by 4 again. That will give you your crouch extension. So what I need for my crouch extension here is 2.75. So I go ahead to measure 2.75. You go ahead to measure it. You come up here by about 1 inch. If you have your curve, you can use your curve to do that as well. So that's it. So what I'll then do is, what I've measured here, which is 16, I'll take it all the way down, 16 inches. and I cut this off too. So I'm going to take 16 inches all the way. You can leave yours, but I want mine to be a little bit shapy. So I'll just go ahead and connect it like so. What that means is that we have our front in place. So I'm going to take one of these and use it to cut out the back. So in cutting out the back, you have to make sure that you have enough space, you know, at the flap side, and then you leave about 2 inches, 1.5 to 2 inches on the small side, 1.5 inches on the medium size, 2 inches at the upper side for the bun to have a place to sit on. So I measure out 2 inches. That means my front will start from this point. Then you arrange it well. So from this place now, I'll slant it all the way down. This is very easy. All the way. So that's it. And then I had, you could have 2.5 inches, you could have 2 inches, you could have 3 inches. I'm going to use all that I have here, which is about 2.5 inches, or you could do 2 inches. Then I do 2 inches all the way around as well. Inches, 2 inches, all the way down. So what you would then do here is this. You know, you have it like this. You just make sure it aligns with this other one, and you cut. That's all with the cutting. So what you then do is you cut this upper part as well. And then you cut the sides, and you're done with the back side. So I'll be able to cut out the 4 pockets at the same time. So what I'm going to do is, I want my pocket opening to be 8 inches. You could make it between 7 inches. You could do 7 inches and you could do 8 inches. But for my own here, I'm going to be doing 7 inches. So I just made this as my starting point. I'm going to make it 8 inches rather. So I have 8 inches. If you are a slim person, you could just do 7. But for me, I want my hand to be able to, you know, enter well. Then you just freely shape it out. You just freely shape it out, you know, like so. And then you meet it at this place, like that. And then you cut it out. So I have the 4 pockets all at once cut out. I have 4 pieces here. So what I'm going to do, this is the wrong side. This is my back flap. Yes, I'll go ahead and I will sew it. I will sew it. And I'll take the front as well. Go ahead as well. And I will stitch. I've gone ahead to stitch it. As you can see, both the front and the back, I've gone ahead to stitch it. So what I will then do is I'll take my pockets. I'll take my pockets and I will come down by the sides, these 2 sides here, because I'll be joining my band to it. So I'm going to come down by 1 inch. You could notch it or you could chalk it by 1 inch, and then I take my pockets, you know, making sure that the right side is facing right side. I'll do the same for this other side as well. I'll go ahead and stitch this pocket now. I'll stitch it. I'll sew it like so. I'll sew it like so. I'll do the same for the back. Merge the front and the back together. Yeah. You don't worry, just align it. Okay? Then you go ahead. You stitch it like so. You double stitch. You sew it around. You double stitch it, and then you sew it all the way down. The band is looking at the moment, yes. So I'll take this, and then this hole that I made, okay, you can see that it's already coming together. And so I'll bring it out like so. I hold my safety pin and I go ahead. I'll run a stitch like so to remove 7 inches from the elastic. So what I'm having here now is 30. By the time I, so what I'll now do, so you can see the place where I passed the elastic. So what I will go ahead to do now is that I will go on my machine. I will sew on it like so. I'll go and sew on this elastic. I will draw it. As I'm sewing, I will be drawing it. I will sew on the upper part, and I will run a second stitch here. As I'm sewing it, I'll be drawing it. I'll be drawing it like that. I'll come back to show us. I'm done with it this way. Can you see it? Now if you want it to have rope, you go ahead, you do a long rope and just insert it in this, opening. You put it like that, and that's all about the tutorial. Then the pockets, we have the pockets here. We have the pockets here. I see the waist. Yeah,